Oh my god, I think there are over 100 cars here to unbox today, but you won't hear me complaining about it. Welcome into the Giga Haul. This is part 31. Man, it's absolutely crazy that we're now on the north side of 30 for this series, but it's really all thanks to you guys. Thanks for your continued support of this series, because that's why we're still doing it after 30 installments. I really feel like it continues to get better and better. This one in particular is going to be crazy. It's going to be berserk. I have so much stuff. The variety is off the charts. We have piston cut Pitties customs. We have prototypes, not only of some older cars, but also brand new cars yet to come out, like this Calender here for 2025. We have actual 2025 singles I just found in store today. We have Tomica stuff. We have this custom crazy Dale Earnhardt Jr. We have more customs not even on the table yet. We have a color changer 2-pack most people don't even think exists, and it's an Air. So stay tuned to see what the Air is about. We have some 2010 Deluxes, we have international cards, and probably about 50 to 70 prototypes in total to go through here. I don't even know the exact count. I don't even know what all is here. So let's not waste any more time and dive right on in with some of the more obscure items on the table that I can't really categorize, like, which actually this might be one of the coolest items here and very underrated, this new Halloween pin from Disneyland Paris that I sniped. I think I got this off Mercari or eBay. Either way, Mercari is actually really good for these pins and just kind of Disney Parks items in general. I don't know why, but Disney Parks items are very popular to be sold on Mercari relative to eBay, which obviously is heavy on the diecast. But yeah, really cool here. I love the Halloween banner they have up top there. I'm pretty sure because of the logo there that this was only available in Disneyland Paris, not all of the Disney parks. You have McQueen there being scared by Mater with cone teeth, I guess. He doesn't have any decals, which I thought looks a little weird, and he only has the 2 cone teeth unlike in the movie when he does have the one on the roof there as well. So a very interesting pin here, one that I'll definitely be keeping in the package, which I know is lame and all that, but almost all the pins I get I just keep in the package because the card is very nicely presentable and provides a good little representation for the pin at hand here. Next up, a couple items I pilfered from the Houston Diecast store. Now, you guys will see this in the latest episode of The Hunt. I'm not sure if that will come out before or after this episode of the Giga Haul, but either way, the most recent episode of The Hunt includes my stop at the Houston Diecast store, which was a blast. If you guys don't know, I recently took a trip down to Houston to visit my friend. While I was there, we went over to the Houston Diecast store, got to meet the people who run it. They're awesome. I was talking with them before I even got down there, so it was really nice to finally meet them, and I saw a couple cars that I really wanted to add to my package collection, so I went ahead and snagged them, and this one was one of them, an almost mint carded Ice Screamer's biggest fan here. The only blip on the card is this up here, which the way they made these cartoons packagings, really, they were not made to last. I mean, especially with the hook on top here, they're just asking to get bent, but this one is in beautiful shape. One of the more underrated, like this would be a forlorn favorite episode for sure, because no one really talks about Ice Screamer's biggest fan, but he's awesome. Great expression, great paint job, and those accessories, or the doodads, the flags, and the ice cream hat are awesome. So I probably will review this guy at some point in the near future, but yeah, really happy to add this to the package collection. And another kind of similar 2010 Deluxe, not a Cars tune, but it is Miles Meat Truck Malone, or as they just refer to him as Miles. Another car that, you know, was a one-off, only released once, never to be released again. Well, Ice Creamer's biggest fan, I think, might have actually gotten re-released in 2013. I need to check on that. But Miles was supposed to be re-released in the Radiator Springs Classic line in 2017, 2018, and because Toys R Us, you know, went down, Radiator Springs Classic line also got canceled, and Miles along with that. I do have the canceled version of Miles, and so that also might be a video in of itself. But yeah, it's nice to have this one in hand here on card. I really like how they did deluxe packaging back in 2010, and prior to that, kind of more of a condensed, like the blister just ends at the card there. I feel like it made these a little bit like smaller, easier to store, and more compact. And this was one of those last releases before the international only deluxes like Chuck Cho Cables, Stu Bop, and Brian Parks Motors of 2010. I remember finding this guy at a Walmart that just opened up down the road. I mean, it's about a 10-15 minute drive from my house. And now that Walmart, at least over the last year, has been absolutely abysmal. Used to be one of the best places to get cars, and now it just kind of sucks. Here was a random score I got, I think also off Mercari. I know it's got this big dent in the blister here, but it was super cheap for a packaged 2010 color changer. Very rare. All the color changers, for the most part, from 2010 became very rare, and Brand New Mater here was no exception, so happily sniped him. I literally think it was like 15 bucks, so any package damage, which really it's not all that bad because the card itself is mint, you know, it was very negligible. It's just really some blister issues there. So happy about that. Another little random one over here that I probably should not have bought. I just wanted to make sure I locked one in because when I bought this, it was not looking good for 2-packs here in the US. It was not looking like a lot of the newer cases after the Radiator Springs or the Road Trip Ramon 2-pack case that I found in March, April in Canada. Didn't look like anything after that was really going to hit the US. Now, that has been proven heavily untrue, and I, in fact, have found this 2-pack since then, but I just wanted to snag one from Canada, bought it on eBay from Canada, and yeah, that was that. I mean, it's in pretty good shape, not perfect, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had one of these because it's kind of one of those weird 2-pack matchups that I think we'll look back kind of, you know, intriguingly upon in the future. Kris Revstopski and Fast Fong on the back, just with Final Toupe Will Rush and Nitroid Tim Treadless there on the back. But yeah, I was like, wow. As soon as all those 2-packs start inundating, I mean, Target has gone in all the newest cases. Meyer is where I found that case, along with a bunch of Ken and Janoki's, Justin Roadritter, and the GRC shoe Todoroki and Lightning McQueen pack as well. Now, this is one of my favorite items here in the Giga Haul. I really wish I could kind of open this one up and review it, but I'm not going to do that. The packaging is just too elite. I mean, whoever customized not only the car did a great job, but whoever actually made this packaging, holy cow, this is absolutely beautiful. I could see you got kind of the little Mount Rushmore of Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Dale Earnhardt up here. I don't know who all those guys are, to be completely honest with you. I have not been a big NASCAR fan in my life. Not that I don't like NASCAR, it's just that I prefer other sports, which is weird considering I am a big Disney Cars fan. I just don't watch Formula One or NASCAR. I am a big football and baseball fan somehow, some way. But yes, this is beautiful. I love seeing Dale Earnhardt Jr. Or I don't even know. Is this? No, this is Dale Earnhardt Sr., I guess, according to the name tag. But then a very different looking paint job in that black there. Number 3, car of tomorrow, 10th anniversary. Not really sure what all that means, but I'm sure this paint job is exactly taken from a paint job IRL, and IRL means in real life, if you didn't know. That is such an old acronym. It's like G2G, got to go, which no one uses anymore. Is G2G good to go, or is it got to go? That's the real question. But yeah, this is just, oh my God, a gorgeous custom. There was a McQueen that was sold alongside this one I was not able to get because it went for like 300 buckaroos. That one was a lot more reasonable, so I made sure to snag it. Speaking of customs, why not let's talk about these piston cut pitties here from the Diecast dungeon. Very excited to get some of these in because now it kind of opens the door for me to do the Piston Cup team videos. At least I have some more fodder to feed those videos. So Vinyl Toupe Piston Cup team video, definitely very much so on the table now. Maybe it's already out on my channel, who knows? But yeah, this pitty is beautiful. The color is great. And so that's probably my favorite one of these 3 here. Although you could argue that some of these other ones are just better made. I think that because the Vinyl Toupe one has the number on the side, makes it a little bit more inaccurate. But I mean, that's just, you know, creative liberties because these Pitties don't actually appear in the movie. This one does. This one actually does, but the other two that we have here do not. But yeah, Rev and Go Pitty. This was actually canceled in 2010, so it's nice to have this guy, and he looks perfect. So that's another team video I could do. And then Shifty Drug here. I probably will do all of these team videos at some point. This might be the best in terms of quality. I love it. Another just perfect match in terms of the colors, although doesn't really match like the pink Shifty Drug variant that we got, but it certainly does the red one. And then he was able to do a toolbox here as well. So again, excited to add those to the collection. Next up here is one of my, I don't even know how to describe this. I mean, this is just, there's so much going on here that I might have to write a book about it. So not only does no one really know that this 2-pack exists, like you go to the World of Cars French forum where almost everything is documented. This is not documented. You go to the 2011 color changer section. This is not there. The Francesco Bernoulli Darrell Cartrip color changer 2-pack combo not present. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Means that this is super omega rare. What's even rarer though is the Francesco Raul 2-pack, which I don't even know how many of those even exist. I don't even know how many of these exist. Well, it's on a perfect card for the most part, which is also just utterly insane. And if you haven't noticed already, this is an error because Darrell Cartrip here, Darrell Cartrip, did I say Dale? I don't know. I'm kind of mixed up now with the whole Dale conversation. Yeah, no eyes, which you guys know is my favorite kind of air. So to package that with one of the rarest retail releases, especially in terms of color changers ever, this is just awesome. On mint card here. I don't even know how I'll display this. It deserves to go into a big glass safe, essentially. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely beautiful. I love how they really focus on Darrell on the card and not Francesco at all. Like this is all Darrell here, and then that's all Darrell there as well. So I don't know really what triggered that, why they were like, hey, Francesco, everyone knows about Francesco. Let's talk about Darrell here. I don't know. Tomica has been quietly going bonkers. And by bonkers, I mean releasing a ton of new stuff and probably giving us a little glimpse into what Mattel will be doing in 2025. And that is all this fire and rescue schneis, or, I could use a different word. I'm not big on this, but, when it's Tomica, it's cool. When it's Mattel in the mainline, taking up spots from new characters, it's not so cool. So, I don't know. We're going to celebrate it here from Tomica, do reviews on these, but I'm a little worried about how this stuff, and again, we don't know if these exact paint job, these schemes, will be the ones that Mattel does. A lot of these same characters are going to be released by Mattel in some sort of fire, rescue, racer, paint scheme, but obviously a lot of those details remain to be seen. But here we have basically Rescue Squad Mater, and they've done a couple of these type of paint jobs for Mater, just with like more Japanese style decals, which again, so that's why I don't think that this will be what Mattel does. It might be similar, but certainly won't have all the Japanese characters. I mean, a lot of these are heavily, geared for its, Japanese audience. And, that's why, Tomica is kind of so successful in its own niche. This McQueen's actually pretty cool. Seeing McQueen as a Japanese police car, you could see JPM Rescue. So there are elements that I feel like could very much so carry over to what we know we're getting from Mattel, what I revealed a few weeks ago in the Race and Rescue line within the main line. Basically, a new expanded universe line that is being packaged within the main line, kind of like the GRCs. Now, these are not that. This was, holy cow, it's a lot of grit from my table surface here. Must be some sort of adhesive that's making it all stick. But anyways, this was Tomica's 95-day exclusives for 2024. Of course, every year for 95 days, September 5th, around that time, Tomica does 2 or 3 exclusive cars or some sort of nice sets. A couple years ago, they did like a 3 McQueen set. This year, they did these inked McQueen and Mater, I I guess. I don't really understand these ones. Now, if someone understands Japanese, can you give me the best translation for these, please? Like what this all says here. I know I'm pretty sure that says like 2024 Lightning McQueen Day. But how do they describe these McQueens? Like what is the best way to depict them? Like black ink, venomized McQueen tomato. That's what they look like. You don't know the Marvel character Venom. Really, they do look venomized with how the black kind of symbiote, or in this case, the black paint is kind of taking over them from the back. Really cool looking. Hopefully the diecast looks nice. I mean, it really does look that way, especially when the tires in the back are all black as well. So very cool there. We have some more Tomica stuff, but it's bigger, so we're going to save that for the end. Let's get into this custom here real quick from Darrell Design. One that I probably should have knocked out a long time ago, and that is Thomasville Cruz Ramirez, or Cruz Ramirez as Jackson Storm, however you want to classify her as. But this was when Cruz was helping Lightning McQueen train, so she kind of painted herself like Jackson Storm. Mattel canceled this in late 2019, so yeah, I don't know why. It's a pretty prominent variant. I think it would be a pretty cool one, especially with, you know, it's Jackson Storm elements. But yeah, they have not turned back to her, or not given her another thought after releasing the stock image through like a Walmart or Amazon listing. But hey, it's a pretty simple custom as far as things go, and so I'm very grateful to have this one here from Darrell Design. So that will also get a review at some point. What should we do next, guys? Should we just launch into some of these prototypes? No, we're actually not going to do that. We are going to launch into some international cards, international packagings. Some of these from Astro Smoky, a lot of these from Astro Smoky, the rest from Radiator Springs Rides. Let's do the Astro Smoky ones first here. He kind of got me hooked down this rabbit hole of international cards, which is a very, very dangerous rabbit hole to descend down, because I mean, you could go on and on. You know, oh, this is a cool international card. Let me snag that. Now, this one isn't great, because it's not like you see any translations here on the name tag. Now, eventually we get to the point where instead of, you know, a translation or two extra, you have the image of the car on the name tag. They were like, screw that. We're not doing that anymore. Just put the image of the car on the name tag again. So yeah, we're not there yet. This is 2008 Luke Pedalwork. Very old. Very old. But yeah, this is definitely an international card based on the reduced amount of other cards here on the back. You could see a lot more alternative languages there. Everything's translated. But as far as international cards go, this one is not all that much different from some of the other ones we're going to see here. You do have the expanded warning there, though, because we don't want anyone eating those tires or that, you know, toolbox if you got really hungry. On that same kind of leaf, that same kind of note, you have another 2008 Pitty on a much better card. Dudley Spare, the Octane Gain Pitty. And you can see here that they do a couple translations of spare, repuesto, rechange. Pretty sure that would be Spanish and French for a spare, like a spare tire. Correct me if I'm wrong there. And then same kind of card back here. This was such a cool era when we got so many of these Pitties as singles in 2008 and 2009. Now, of course, I mean, we've gotten some since then, like Bryn Majer, Megan Shifter, Mike Stockcar, but it just doesn't feel the same. Going back all the way to 2007, here is a fully diecast Mater, like how they do them now from Thailand, but, you know, in 2011, they switched Mater from this back half being diecast to plastic, but this was a fully heavy one, and you can see here that they have the mate translation there for Mater. So just two languages, but still constitutes as an international card. Look at all these old stock images here. You can see how wonky some of these characters look, like Lizzie and Chick Hicks, whereas some of these other stock images are still in use today, like that purple Ramon there, and that fabulous Hudson Hornet there. I'm pretty sure brand new Mater Boost and that gold Ramon, all still in use in some capacity today. Even that DJ might be as inaccurate as that one is. But yeah, it's crazy to see how some of these stock images have evolved. That was, yeah, 2007. Craziness, crazy times. All of the above. Here's another 2007 international card. You have Radiator Springs McQueen, Relampago. So again, just translating McQueen there because Radiator Springs is pretty non-translatable. You know, it's kind of a name. It's a pronoun, so it's very acceptable to just keep that for every language. Same vibe there on the back. Let's go up back to 2008 here. Super boring. Sally, again, a pronoun, so no need for translation there. Why do I feel like her back wheel is darker than that front wheel there? Maybe, I'm sure it's just the shadowing from the name tag, but that back wheel just looks darker than the front one. But I'm sure Astro Smokey would not make the mistake to send me an error inadvertently. But yeah, a very boring international card here, especially with this big old barcode sticker on it. Yeah, from Astro Smokey Corporation there. I don't know what he was doing. No, but in seriousness, thanks to him for sending me these. He sends me a lot of stuff. As in, like, I buy a lot of stuff from him. Don't worry, he doesn't send me. I don't just pilfer stuff off of him. All right, now making a big jump up to 2015 here with Andrea, and you can see what I'm talking about. Instead of putting any names or translations on the name tag, they are just going to give you the card art. So you have card art, Diecast. It's just a lot of Andrea. They also remove the text here from the series insignia. They're just like, wipe that off. Let's just give everything in visuals so we don't have to worry about translating it all. And then you have 3 of 8 here. Those are numbers. Don't need to translate that. Also, they're going to be like, hey, unlike back in the day where we still showed you all the other cars, wipe that all off. We're just going to give you that car that you're holding with her name. Oh, and it's a pronoun Andrea. No need to translate it. Easy. Done. Yeah, they definitely streamlined the process as the line matured. Here we have Jonathan Wrenchworth from 2016. And the Rust-eze line, again, that's just a logo there. So it doesn't actually say like Rust-eze series. You have the ugly Cars Daredevil Garage app logo, which is, highly translated. You could see that free download in about 15 languages. That is ugly as sin. And on the back, whoa! Oh my God, that is so bad. The fact that they looked at this and was like, yeah, that looks fine. Let's, do that. Is absurd to me. It's absolutely ludicrous that this big old blob of text for one app that's not even that good on every one of your cars nowadays. That is crazy. I'm so glad it didn't last all that long. But we had to live through that, and those were tough days. And Darla Vanderson got the same treatment here from 2016. This was one of the last releases of the year. Gives me the willies. Let's move on from that. Let's move on to some of these other international cards from Radiator Springs Ride. Huge shout out to him for hooking me up with these as well. These are a little cooler, especially this one, because not only is Vladimir Trunkov with Car Boot a super rare release, probably the rarest release from early 2017 before Cars 3, he is on international card, but not just any international card. This is the Streamline Mexican card variant. Now you guys might be thinking, wait, they didn't start doing the Streamline blisters until 2022. Well, in the US and some other countries like Europe, or some places in Europe and Australia, that would be correct. I'm actually pretty sure all of Europe, the United States, and Australia were introduced to the Streamline blister packagings in 2022. However, Mexico started getting them in 2017. Mexico and all Latin America, for that matter, started getting these in 2017. Not only do you have the Streamline blister, but you also have a black and white Cardback here. Then, in about 2020-ish, Canada started getting the Streamline blisters as well. And then obviously, of course, 2022, everyone got them. But yeah, this is like a hybrid here of the, international cards I was just showing you, in which you have the name and the only car, like the car you're holding, stock image, and the name translated in the several languages there. This is not, them showing you where he appears in the movie. This is just the banner that was included for all cars in the London Chase series in 2017. But this is so cool. It's one of my favorite scores for today as well, just because I don't think, I have a couple of these carded, but this is a super rare, very unique release. Super underrated from that year as well. Couple more in that same vein. This one might have come from Canada though, because this is when Canada, was in the thick of it in terms of their streamlined blisters. You have Heyday River Scotts here. It really is just unfortunate that you don't get the name of the car on the front. It just feels weird that way. But obviously, when they introduced this type of packaging for everyone, they re-engineered the packaging to be a little bit more palatable so that that name was included on the front there. You just don't have the name tag. It is on the actual card itself. This is probably one of the first ones that Canada got. Noah Gocek from 2020. This is one of the first 2020 releases. I think this was KC of that year. But man, these black and white card backs are ugly. I was worried, when Mattel went to these that this is how they'd all be. But fortunately, they kept color on the backs of the cards. They just made them non-glossy like the front. This is a matte type finish on the card versus more of a glossy type finish on the front. Hot Rod Steve Herschel, this one also likely to be from Canada. Another very weird release. This is a very cool one here. Pile Up, underrated. Very nice Thailand variant that I would not mind reviewing at some point. None of these cards are in good condition at all, but gives them more character. Gives them a lot more character. They've seen a lot. Couple more, why not? 2020, this was the first case of the year with Cal Weathers in metallic paint in the scavenger hunt line. This is a pre-pandemic release until, or before everything hit the fan. Things got wild. Here we have a Harvey Rodcap. This was a KC release with Noah Gocek, I think, and Metallic Chick Hicks, right? No. Noah Gocek, I think, actually might have been case B. And then KC was Harvey Rodcap, Heyday River, maybe? Or no, Hot Rod River, rather. And Metallic Chick and Metallic Jackson. Or Silver Chick, Silver Jackson. So much going through my head right now. This was a case E release, I think. Silver Tim Treadless. And then another Harvey Rodcap for good measure. So thanks to Radiator Springs Rides for hooking me up with those guys. Let's keep a rocking and a rolling here with another Tomica item. This one's really cool. It is the Race Rescue Mack. Again, if you can translate Japanese, please let me know how they describe this Mack, because I can't read any of this. It is just the Mack that's included. I don't believe any of these cars are. That would be a pleasant surprise though. But they do show you here McQueen Mater, who we have, just regular Sheriff, regular red. That Doc though, I don't think has been released yet, which looks absolutely incredible. He's in the same paint job as McQueen, but in more of a retro way. That looks awesome. I know they've done Luigi and Guido, but they have not done that Doc yet, unless I'm losing my mind. I will be doing reviews of all these guys though soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. God, I hope they release Doc soon. Doc might be, whether or not, or will they release him soon or not, will be the deciding factor on if that video gets made sooner or later, or if I break them up and review them individually or do them all together. Here's a video that will be done all together and probably around the holiday season for obvious reasons. Tomica decided to get in on the advent calendar action. They've been looking at Mattel for the last 5-6 years, do these mini racer advent calendars and get progressively worse and worse every year. That's right. I think that calendars from Mattel have been bad over the last couple of years. They're like, hey, we can probably make something halfway decent. And so they put out this with, I can't really read, well, I can read that. It includes specially designed Lightning McQueen and Mater. These are awesome. Now, this McQueen is just holiday hotshot McQueen that Mattel has done. Disney Store's kind of done. This Mater, though, is pretty awesome. Never really gotten a Mater. Regular Mater, but with green towing cables, a weird kind of Christmas decal on his hood hubcap there. What's that word? Oh my God, what is that word? Like the engine cap that pops off in Cars 2. Oh, I'm ashamed for not knowing what that is. And then the snow tires. This is awesome. I can't wait to open this up, see what it's all about. Seems like kind of like a, yeah, play map type of situation. A limited edition. Yeah. You got the snow car in there as well. So excited to do the video on this. There are 24 gifts inside. Looks like they just went for, 1 through 24 instead of going all the way up through Christmas Day, which a lot of advent calendars do. All right, let's get into some of these airs. Why don't you? Why don't we? I've already put these in their protective cases because these are pretty cool. Here we have Greebles with a Hot Wheels wheel. You escape the factory with a Hot Wheels tire. Looks pretty cool. It's, a gold metallic, what are those called, like SP5s or something? I don't know Hot Wheels, but it's got 5 spokes. I do know that. Really cool. Does it have it on the other side? Who knows? We're not going to find out because I'm not opening this. I'll tell you that for sure. Don't open airs, guys. Yeah, don't do that, please. I think you would be thrown in jail, actually, if you were to open an air. Especially one like this, top end of the line, no eyes air, my favorite kind of air. Probably shouldn't say that. I really feel like the prices for some of my favorite things have gone up over the last few years as I publicize them more and more, and people watch these videos and they're like, well, hey, like, now I can charge more for this. Mr. Docket said it's rare. And now I'm the one that has to pay those prices. And it's just like, well, great. I'm literally making myself have to pay more. All right, I think those are actually the only 3 airs we had, that one included. Here we have some packet. Wait, no, let's not do that yet. Let's do this. I feel like I showed one of these in a previous Giga haul, but I got another one on a much better card. This is that weird United Kingdom exclusive Clipstrip Kevin Shiftright with unique artwork. This artwork has never ever been seen before, and it has only ever been on this Kevin Shiftright, the 2025 Clipstrip version that has only been found in the UK at probably one store. Maybe it's Smith's. I'm not sure. But it's awesome. By the way, Clipstrip means that it looks like that. The hook looks like that, or rather there is no hook. It is just an opening for a peg hole or a clip, rather. But yeah, you could see that this is also an international card. So yeah, quite a few of those today. And now let's go on to some packaged prototypes. These are always fun here. Also, already put these in some protective casings. These are some of the D100 releases, if you couldn't already tell. And they are stamped. So we're going to see a lot of these today. A lot of my prototypes on the docket are these engineering prototypes, which means that they are complete but have these stampings. But it's super, super rare to actually get some in the package. Now, a lot of them do start in the package, but then get opened up because they're easier to transport and kind of swindle out of the warehouse when they're not in the package. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get deeper into the video. So the fact that some of these are in the package makes them so much better. And this one's, this one's on a really good card. So props to whoever got this one out of there. But you can see the code there sitting on the hood. Looking really cool. And yeah, this was pretty reasonably priced, I would say. Again, yeah, I've definitely driven up the price for prototypes, I feel, over the last few years. Got another one like it, probably a little bit better because this was the promo, the Cruz and Lightning McQueen. That was not available in the original set. And he has a little code there on his hood as well. Both of these were released in 2023. Got one more just like that. I haven't had a chance to toss it in protective packaging yet, but it is Mario Andretti. Where's the stamp? Oh, there it is. Kind of hiding in the glare, actually. Yeah, well, there you go. This is this the 2025 release? Oh, it is. Yeah, that's sick. 2025 Mario Andretti right here. No one's really been able to find this yet, I don't think. I don't think this has actually hit stores yet, so that's kind of cool. You can see all the other 2025 releases there on the back. Now, again, maybe when this video comes out, this will have been found in stores, but at the time of recording, I don't think the case with Mario has actually hit stores yet. So, yeah, pretty excited about that. Wish I had some more interesting 2025 releases that haven't come out yet to show you guys today, but the most interesting one is probably Calender. But before we get to her, speaking of cars that were originally packaged and now are not packaged, when I originally got sent these pictures, or pictures of this, if I was interested in buying them, it was packaged. And it was actually the first time that an image of the packaged 2025 Double Clutch Daily and Jet Robinson pack had ever been seen before. So that was pretty cool. I wasn't able to share it though at the time, unfortunately, but I remember the seller saying that's going to get open. So yeah, don't get too excited. Still got them though. But yeah, here you have Double Clutch Daily with his little code there, T10A. It means he was produced during the 10th week of 2024 at the A Factory. And T11A. Kind of interesting that they were made in separate weeks but got packaged together for Jet Robinson here. And then the 0093 just is kind of the batch number, I guess. I think that's how they would call it. This one is 44. So I think that's probably why these guys aren't already, they're not in little Ziploc baggies here. Like Mama UFO movie prop is here. This is a great prototype to have. Very excited about this one. T17A 2016. That's what throws me off. Some of these numbers are so high and they are like recent years. So you sometimes think, well, was this made in 2016? No. That is not at all what that means. It was produced during the 17th week of 2024 at the A Factory. And this is one of the first times I've seen like a fully plastic car, or not even a car, but like an accessory stamped. But it wasn't the last time, because there are quite a few in here that applies to. Plastic accessory type parts that have stampings. So let's keep going here. Here we have a JW. Pretty sure there's one of these on eBay right now for like $200-$300. And I will tell you, I didn't pay that. This is the first time also that, well, I'm just going to say, I think you guys probably know this by now, but JW, first time he'll be released from Thailand in 2025. And yeah, this is like one of the first time I've ever seen one loose, actually. I'm a little taken aback. Like, wow, that looks pretty cool. Very bright yellow. No decals to mess up from Thailand. Wish he was fully die-cast metal, though. This back portion is plastic. T34A means he was produced during the 34th week at the A Factory. That's the last time. I'll probably spell it out for you. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Very bright yellow. This is a new 2025 variant, as is this guy here. I know I've already reviewed this one, but I haven't actually in real time, because this is the one that I'm going to open up. Ernie Gearson, his first Thailand variant in Case P of 2025. Yeah, pretty excited for this. I think a lot of you guys are as well. I revealed recently on the channel that Eugene Carbareski for Tank Coat and Ryan Shields for Vuzine will also get their first Thailand releases of the year in 2025 as well. And he looks pretty good. Again, first time seeing this Thailand variant of the package for me. This is the one that I just found actually at Target today, and I will open this one up, and I think this will be like this will be the Thanksgiving video, actually November 27th, 28th or whatever. And yeah, this Giga Haul probably won't come out for a while after that. All right, what else? All right, let's move on to Margaret Motorray here. Now, Margaret Motorray, released originally in 2024, but also coming back for 2025. Maybe this is technically a 2025 Margaret. Does it really matter? No. But it is cool to have like a new character as a prototype that's stamped here, T08A. Because I will say, a lot of the prototypes that I have here are not of new releases. Maybe at the time they were new, but they aren't like some of these big headliner characters like, the Margaret Motorray or the Mandy Fruitenbender. Like, I'll just go ahead and say I don't have a coded Mandy Fruitenbender. That'd be so cool, and I'm sure it exists out there, but I just haven't been able to track one down. So very happy to have Margaret, who I believe to be one of the best releases of 2024. And yeah, very happy about this one here. Another brand new Thailand variant for Calender. Looking great. Doesn't have the mouth plate anymore. That is part of the main metal body. The wing there is still plastic, but that is to be expected. Very vibrant colors, kind of sparkly orange there. Yeah, her expression just looks really good. Excited to see her come out here soon. I almost said excited to see her card art until I realized that it's just going to be of Tokyo Mater. Darn. Here's another pretty good headliner release. That is Randy. This one, yeah, this was an old one, S12A, so that's the 2023 code there of S. Yeah, this was probably, yeah. Some of these actually go back pretty far, even though a lot of them are, yet to be released, like JW, Ernie, and Candy there for the most part. But yeah, Randy looks pretty good here. Obviously, I've talked about before, he's not one of my favorites. He would have been if Mattel executed them a little bit better, if the color was better, if the expression was better. And yeah, unfortunately, they just really whiffed on those elements. And so Randy really fell in the rankings for me last year. But still, nonetheless, a cool character. Here we have GRC Miguel Camino. So, we were close to getting a coded Mandy Fruit and Bender because I have a couple cars from Case M. I have a GRC Cruz here soon. But yeah, no Mandy, no Snot Rod with Flames, unfortunately. But this one's cool. They snuck it right on in the hexagon there. And it is always interesting to see kind of where they put the codes. Like on Margaret there, it wasn't on their hood, but it was on the roof. Same thing with JW. So they kind of always switch it up depending on whatever is more convenient, I guess. I don't know how they decide where the stamping goes. Now, where is the stamping on this Darrell Vanderson, which this is definitely an older one. Very, very faint stamping on Margaret. Maybe that is because she's older. Is that an S? That might even be an R. I can't really tell. Something 21A, but Margaret was, or not Margaret, Darrell was released in 2022, I think it was. So, yeah, a very old release here. Was a major peg warmer there for the longest time. And yeah, now I have a prototype of her. But yeah, very hard to see what that code actually says, which is a little unfortunate. Speaking of peg warmers, maybe one of the worst in recent memory, especially for a new release, and pretty cool one at that, at least in my opinion. Claire Gunzer. I cannot believe I just said Carla. R38A 1050. I mean, come on. This is a great release. Lots of good metal here, like a hefty car, and yet peg warmed pretty good. I still see some of Claire laying around Walmarts and Targets. Just one of those cars. Yeah, the clowns did not do well. Very sad because I think Greebles, another great release, peg warmed. Just unfortunate that they didn't all do that well. Here we have Artie. This was also a 2022 release. Whoa, R01A. Yeah, this is almost back. Produced in 2021. Holy cow, this is an old one. But yeah, another Thailand variant that I did not review, so it's kind of cool seeing it out of the package. There's a couple of those, like Darrell. I never opened Darrell as a Thailand variant either, so I'm kind of getting two birds with one stone, not getting only just a prototype, but also their first time being released from Thailand, a Thailand variant. Here we have Royce Revsley, so going back to 2022 for this one here as well. Fine by me. I actually like Royce a lot. I feel like he's aged very well because they haven't overproduced him like Gearston Marshall. I think Royce definitely, even, just put up head-to-head with Gearston is a better release. And maybe that's because I just prefer, his model being very unique and the color as well. But yeah, Royce looking good with his code there. Going back even further in time, 2020, late 2020, with this metallic hauling gas N13A. So that's the 13th week of 2020 at the A Factory. Beautiful. You guys know I love Retread as a sponsor. And yeah, we just did the review of the Thailand variants of Holland Gas. And this guy made an appearance in that video. Beautiful. Shiny. Moving on here to Cave Lightning McQueen. Is this the 2025 version? No, this is R39A. This would be the 2023 version. He was released Case E. He debuted in the Case E, the 5th case of 2023. But now is also back in the first case of 2025 as a single. Very kind of metallic-y paint job on him. Got a couple of next gens here for you guys. This is also an old one here. J.D. McPillar. I think this goes back to 2021. Yeah, S50A. That's crazy, guys. But yeah, very cool, sleek Thailand variant. One that I'm not sure. I think I did review him. Maybe? Honestly, I can't fully remember now. If not, I definitely will have to do that at some point in the future. And the other one here is Eric Breaker, who's been released many times from Thailand. So this really could be any of those releases. Could be his newer one. Probably not, though, with that S51A date stamp. I just reviewed the Thailand variant of him from 2024. And yeah, this one's taking a little bit of a beating, though. Look at that big gash in his eyelid there. That's fine, though. Adds character. A lot of these, though, are in like perfect condition, which I'm grateful for. Why not Glow Racers get on the action a little bit? Now, the cool thing about this one is that his eyes, the eye space there is not just pure white. It's like this yellowy, gunky color, kind of similar to the yellow that you see on the decals here. And that did not translate to the final piece because that looks bad. That looks gross. So thankfully they fixed that. But yeah, the coloring on the glow decals is kind of off, everywhere you look. So it's very interesting. One of the better prototypes I have here today, I think. And yeah, the SO5A, that's also a little bit bigger text than on some of these other ones. Cool. Sure. Why not? Keeping with the Lightning McQueens, we're going to dive into Deputy Lightning McQueen with slime, but without slime. This is the with slime paint job, but just without that plastic covering. You can see how dark the beige got on top of him here versus the usual Deputy McQueen from 2023. They kind of changed up and darkened that color a little bit. And there you go with the S44A date stamp. Looking good. Oh, here we go. This is what I was talking about. So we have Luke Pedalwork here and both of his accessories. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, the tool chest is coated, which is crazy. I think this dates back to like 2019. This is long, 2018, 2019. This is a long ass time ago. Holy cow. So yeah. Tool chest stamped is the tire stack stamped. That was going to be a tongue twister, so I knew I had to take it slow. Tire stack stamped. I think it might be. I think it is right there. It is. It's very hard to see on the camera, but it is stamped right there, guys. I could tell right there. You can see text. It's very hard to see, obviously. It's black on black, but that's so cool. And obviously, Luke himself here, this was his first Thailand variant. He is faintly stamped, which really shouldn't be faint because that's bright orange. But you could see faintly stamped there on the bill of his cap right there. So very cool. One of my favorites of the bunch here, just because all three of his pieces were stamped, but very faintly on two of them. Perfectly clear on the tool chest, though. Let's keep plugging away. We're going to take a little break from these and go do a couple other things, and then we're going to come back, because I do have quite a few of them. And I'm sure this video will be time-stamped, so you can skip around if you're more interested in something else. But here's the GRC Cruz Ramirez that I teased you guys about with her date stamp, so she'll go along nicely with the Miguel Camino. Well, here's a brand new release that I actually missed today at Target. I found the case that she was in, but she was already gone. And that is Flow with Trey. Hydraulic Ramon and Cave Mater were also already gone when I found Case P today at Target. T29A. But yeah, this is the original Flow with Trey, not the Pit Crew member Flow that would have had the nitrate can. She just has the oil can there from her waitressing at her V8 Cafe. But yeah, she has been released from Thailand in the past though, so I think I might have misspoke in one video where I said this was her first release, but she actually did get a release in late 2019 in the Blue Desert era, and so did Hydraulic Ramon, which really, you know, that is such a long time ago. They flew under the radar for me. Keeping in vein with some GRC racers, here is GRC Max Schnell with his stamp. Cool. All right, let's take a quick breather from these and go through some new 2025 singles, all of which I've been able to find in a store, which makes them feel pretty genuine and authentic, because I have not been having too much success finding 2024 singles. The newest 2024 single I have found is GRC Raul, and besides that, Tony Millerfeld and Chris Friedman, but I had to go all the way down to a Houston HEB to find those. It's been rough. I found Case G many times, but all of those instances, Tony and Chris have been gone. So it's been rough for the latter half of 2024, but we're off to a good start. I found a lot of Case N and Case P of 2025, the first two cases, starting with Donna Pitts here in her fully Red Riders packaging, which we've already seen her like this on the front here when she was released in Case L of 2023, but now it's a card variant based on some of these additions in the back. I don't remember ever seeing Slim Hood in Cars 1 though, so that is definitely an error on Mattel's part. They flubbed that one. They escaped 2024 without making a mistake like that, I believe, but yeah, they were not able to. Yeah, they're off to a bad start already in 2025. This is a nice one though, because I love Floyd's artwork here. His first time being released as a single in a long time. So very cool to see him back. And same type of card back there. I don't know why we're not kind of switching up. We're just sticking with those 6, but whatever. Okay. Like if you're only going to show 6 cars on the back of the card back for all of these Cars 1 releases, I mean, at least don't do Slim Hood. Like if you're unsure of one, like just don't show it. Kind of like if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it. Like if you don't really know what you're doing, just kind of stay away from doing that. Like if you don't know what movie Slim Hood appeared in, just put Donna Pitts on the back. No one's going to complain about that. Yeah, I don't know why I bought this one. I kind of was going for like, hopefully I can acquire all of them and then do a case video. And I very well may have been able to do that by the time this Giga Haul comes out. But when I realized that I missed Cave Mater, Flow with Trey, and Hydraulic Ramon, then this idea kind of went out the window. And I was like, dang, I'm not sure I really wanted to buy these boring releases that are, you know, just repeats from last year, just with a different card back, like Road Trip, McQueen here. Some really nice on the road re-releases here, but I have not been able to find any of that top row. Found the entire bottom row though. Yippee. Rust-eze Cruz Ramirez here as well, because why not? I did not buy Jackson Storm though. I will give myself credit for that. Here's some more exciting ones. You have Chuck Armstrong, the Cars 1 Mood Springs racer, looking great on his Red Riders debut. Again, just those exact same 6 on the back. Okay. Doc Hudson looking classy as always, but we've seen him on Red Riders before. Jonathan Wrenchworths. We have seen him on Red Riders, but not with the fully red behind the blister. I'm pretty sure last time we saw him, this was when they were still doing the white cards behind the blister. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. All right, here we have a very nice carryover to 2025, and that's Komodo, who was released in 2024 for the first time from Thailand, and now he is back. And you can see they changed up the card back by just putting him. And, you know, that will be the case until Candy comes out. And then they'll probably both be on there. Got both of the Chark Armstrongs. The Chark. Can't talk. Claude Scruggs is back. The Elite List stock car. Looking great. I love his expression from Thailand. It's so intense. I feel like they might have changed it up a little bit from his 2020 release. We'll have to look into that. Yay, they actually have some different ones here. This is like the Case N Cars 1 fleet. Lightning McQueen with sign is back as well. Cars 1 fleet there as well. Otis back again. I'm pretty sure he's been released in 3 of the last 4 years. That might be a little much. He's just chilling on the back by himself. Got to give him credit. He's an independent car. We have Winford Bradford Rutherford, the RPM racer. Again, his first time without the white behind the blister, because he was a 2022 release. And another very surprising find, Carla Veloso, GRC, because she is coming back for 2025. Just doesn't have the new for 2024 snipe there. And you have McQueen on the back, who I have been saying for months that he's going to peg warm out of everyone's ears. No one's ever going to have a hard time finding him. And in many places in the world, that is true. I know Astro Smokey has said that there are just dozens that every story goes to. Well, I haven't found one of them, and yet he is in both Case N and Case P, who I found remnants of. So maybe it's I don't know, karma. Dave Alternators, though, here. This is now a Case N release. Picked up Fillmore. Fillmore is always a nice one to snag, even if he's a little bit more common. I did get a Nile Speed Cone here as well. One of the only cars on the road releases I was able to snag. I do have Cave McQueen, though, and I actually have Cryptid Buster McQueen, who surprisingly is on the back of this packaging instead of Logan Gearsaw. I don't know how that happened. Here we have the King. Now it's actually interesting. I'm pretty sure they changed up how they did the name tag here. So they go Strip Weathers and then AK the King, and then just translate AK the King instead of having to translate kind of Strip Weathers as well with that attached. So that's kind of a good move and is akin to what we saw in some of those older international packages where they just translated Lightning into Relampago. Here is that Cryptid Buster McQueen, a pretty good find here. You know, his first time on the Red Riders packaging after being released in 2023 on the Cars on the Road packaging. Same can be said about this Cave Mater here. That one won't be rare at all because of that 2-pack with Pitstoposaurus. That is pretty common. Here's another McQueen. This is the regular Cars 1 McQueen. I can't believe I bought this. But I was so close, I thought, to completing Case N as well until I realized I haven't found Slim Hood, Barney Cones, Margaret Motorray, or Logan Gearsaw. And I was like, well, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Sheriff, who I still don't have the 2024 version of, which is pretty crazy. And at least we're off to a good start for 2025. Got a Billy Oil Changer on card here. I have Sally on card here, which I'm starting to regret. And the last townie, or townies I should say, Luigi and Guido, which I will never complain about because they always seem to be a little bit more scarce than your typical Sallys or Maters or Fillmores, etc. So there you have it for all the 2025 singles. Of course, you have Ernie Gearson in the back, who I'll be ripping into. That'll be the next video I film after this. And man, this is going to be probably the longest Giga Haul in the history of Giga Hauls. And yeah, we are not even close to done yet. Well, we're kind of close to done, but I still certainly have some more cars here to show you guys. While we're on the topic of 2025, here's another 2025 prototype for, whoa, I'm actually completely wrong on that. So this is the old Chuck Armstrong. This is the is this the 2019, 2018 Chuck Armstrong? That's crazy. Yeah, certainly not the 2025 version because you would have the T date stamp, and that's an R03. This was a long time ago. I'm actually bewildered about that. I didn't really realize that when I bought it. But yeah, I don't really care either way, but interesting. Komodo, why not? Metallic Komodo Top 10 release for me of 2024. Many people disagree. But yeah, there you have S38A. So this was made last year. Over a year ago now. So this is definitely for his 2024 release. Edwin Cranks. This is one I'm pretty excited about. I actually will be reviewing the Thailand variants of Edwin and Greta at some point. Might be in the 12 Days of Christmas. S17A. Cool. Going back to 2022 for this one. A car that has become kind of rare now. George Nguyen, the leakless next gen R10A. I love how that leakless decal, and some of these too, they are raised off the paint. Like, man, you could really feel that one. That is so cool. Still have no idea why he doesn't have contingency sponsors though. One of the greatest mysteries of the world. GRC Raul Sarul. You got the white text there. So it's also interesting how sometimes, they'll put it in white ink to make it stand out, black ink to make it stand out, or they don't really care and then you just don't see it at all, like on that tire stack. Another oldie, but a goodie, and our second metallic racer of the day, Rex Revler. See here, they probably should have done white. M04A, that is a long time ago. This is a 2019 release, I think, in the Scavenger Hunt series. Metallic Rex Revler. Maybe this was 2020. I don't remember. I'm sure you guys will let me know. Now here's the real question. Is this Jonathan Wrenchworth's going to be the 2025 release or the 2022? 2022 it is. P46A. Yeah, that was quite some time ago as well. Another very interesting Thailand variant. I love how small his wheels look. Jonathan Wrenchworth. Such an odd car that has gotten so many releases for not even being seen fully in the movie. Here we have those Pitties to go along with the UFO. How did this even get in the bag? Oh, came out way easier than I thought. He was wedged in there. I think this one is Jesse Whelan, or is this Nicole Revwell? I think this is actually Nicole Revwell. The superior of the two Pitties, in my opinion, because the other one is just a blank white Pitty. Basically a blank white Robert Jam Jones. Yeah, it's nice to have the full set with the UFO prop. Now, here's another question. Is this the 2025 Dave Alternators or is it the 2022 Dave Alternators? And it's the 2022 one, P28A. I really thought some more of these prototypes would be the newer ones because they would go along with Ernie and Kyandy and JW. So that's interesting. And the questions continue. Is this a new 2025 Donna Pitts? Nope, P25A. Very nice Thailand variant, though. One that I also have yet to open up. So, two birds with one stone until I drop it. She's fine. Not even going to look to see if I scratched it. This is definitely a 2022 release, and that is Matthew True Blue McCrew, someone that peg-warmed a lot. Got a nice big code there right on his roof, standing out. Another one that I have not opened the Thailand variant of, so Dos Parjos Una Pieja. Pájaros. Barney Cones, T06A. So this probably, this is probably still the 2024 version of Barney. But we know he's coming back like Margaret in the first case of 2025. And yeah, this is one of my favorite ones here as well with Margaret because it's a brand new character. So it's nice to always have a prototype of that. We're cooking, guys. We're cooking. Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, why not? S42A. Got a couple more McQueens. These ones I was able to get through Radiator Springs Ride, so Shout out to him for helping me out with that. L20A, so this one's quite a while ago for World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen, aka Lightning McQueen with racing wheels. Ooh, it even has the Sharpie on the base, FEP. Pretty sure that's factory prototype or something. Here we have Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen, S13A. So this was for the 2024 release of him. And it's definitely a different shade of red than the finalized version. I know I don't have the side-by-side here for you, but it's definitely more of a tamed, less chromy paint finish than what we ended up getting. And a lot more of that bare metal is shining through on this one here. I think we only have mini racers to go here, guys, and then we are done with the prototypes, which is crazy. This is, oh my God, I forgot this car's name. Holy cow, that's what happens when you've been recording straight for an hour and 5 minutes. It'll come to me at some point, but yeah, I forgot that car's name. You have the gray semi here, P45. I do know that car has only been released as a mini racer. It's the Mr. Drippy repaint. I do feel a little ashamed not to know that car's name. Wow. It's like the first time that's ever really happened. Just an Ivy here with the code on the roof there, kind of faint. A couple Ramones here for you guys. First one being Radiator Springs Ramon. Kind of a rare mini racer. Super faint code on him. Metallic purple Ramon. Another kind of faint code, but it's there. A little chippy on the tip. Here we have the Ankylosaurus. Code on his roof there. Cool. Another dino, the Quadratorchosaur. Would have been cool to get a stamped like Spino Crankshaft Rex. That would have been awesome. But there you have the code there for him. Nick Shift. This might be the faintest code of them all. No, it's actually not. Definitely not. Readable. And this is probably the last one for the day, I think, guys. To go along with my 155 scale Royce Revsley, we have a mini Royce Revsley coated engineering prototype as well. He's cute. One more prototype, but not coated. It is this Unspun bare metal, aside from all the plastic pieces, Ice Racer Rip Clutchgonski. You guys might have seen this on eBay recently. You might have seen some similar ones like it. This is just the one that I ended up picking up. You know, Rip's my favorite WGP racer, so I made sure to get him. This actually came from the same seller as those packaged Disney 100th anniversary prototypes as well. Just so you are aware, just to clue you in. I don't think I really have anything more to share. Oh, well, there is this car. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will have reviewed this guy by now, but this is the highly classified, until recently, employee exclusive Lightning McQueen from 2021. Really, I mean, the fact that it just became public knowledge 3 to 4 years after it was made and distributed is crazy. I cannot believe it was made, secret for so long. I did know about it. I think the first time I was made aware of this was February of 2023. Couldn't tell anyone about it. Now, obviously, it's out there in the public. A couple of these have leaked out. There's probably no more than 3 or 5 of these in circulation. Very, very grateful to have gotten these. Almost all these prototypes I was able to get from that secret friend that I always mention in most of my gig hauls. I mean, the fact that, she is around, provides and feeds the sustenance for most of my gig hauls. So huge shout out to her. You know who you are. Thank you so, so much. But yeah, this is one of my best scores ever. And, I know I will have talked about this in the individual review, but it is a great kind of Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Disney Cars amalgam celebration. You have those Hot Wheels Real Rider rubber tires, and you have the kind of bare metal with the the Matchbox logo and the Hot Wheels logo, and then you have the Mattel El Segundo on the wing there. So cool, absolutely amazing decals. One of my best cars in my collection now. I mean, it has to be, right? One of the rarest cars that Mattel has ever produced. I mean, they literally just did this for Mattel employees, and we don't even know how many exist. I'm not going to let the rubber touch my grainy surface, though, so let's replace him. Yeah, guys, that's all I have for this hour and 9-minute Giga haul. That's crazy. I'm about to go delirious right now. But yeah, thank you as always for watching. Really appreciate it. Let me know if you've gotten anything recently in the comments below. I really want to kind of get a community going where everyone can share their scores, and that's how it goes on my Discord community. But hey, I mean, the comment section below is just as much of a forum or thread community as any. So thanks as always, guys. I will see you soon for another one. Bye now.